Previously on Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
This is his sister-in-law, and for her, you should feel some type of way. Your sister has to live here. But he still wants to hold on to an agreement that we did of our deal. Our deal doesn't say anything about the price increasing. Our deal doesn't say anything about major repairs. Our deal says at $1,200, I will do minor repairs.
For me, it's about the law and people. I just need facts, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Just facts. And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. And I encouraged people to talk to each other to try to resolve their problems.
Justice with truth.
Do not waste your time and do not waste mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
Sheila, you are suing your sister and your brother-in-law for $3,000. Why don't you explain to me why you're suing them for $3,000?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, we, like my husband said here, we're giving them significantly cheap rent.
That
way
doesn't,
cheaper
you
than
know
market
what?
value.
Let me tell you something. That is not going to work in this courtroom because you decided to give them at a lesser price. So that was your business. So the issue is that you did rent it to them, so you cannot keep putting that in their face. What is it? You just don't like your nephews? What is it?
That's an understatement. So I love them because they are family, but their children are reckless.
What?
Stains on the walls.
How old are your children?
They're 15, 13, and 5.
15, 13, and 5. How old are your kids?
The kids are 12, 24, and 32.
Your kids were never mischievous when they were growing up?
Yeah, a little bit, but not to the extent of terrorizing the entire neighborhood.
I don't think
No, their children
that's
fear
fair
them.
to say. I am a free-spirited person. I homeschool my kids. Can't I just raise my kids how I want to raise them without you like dictating what happens in my home?
All right, so you have perfect children. She has unruly children. And that's why you're suing them for $3,000.
I mean, they broke the oven. Like
They broke the oven? How old was the
how
oven?
do you break an
They
oven?
moved in 2015. How old is the oven?
It was brand new.
Brand new.
Because I did some
According to
renovations
Judge.
to the property before they moved in to make sure that they had good living conditions.
Oh, that's
the kids
so kind
come
of
in
you.
and
That's what you're
terrorize.
supposed to do. You're a landlord.
Yes,
you have
absolutely.
to provide a habitable place to live. Okay.
Exactly.
So it's a brand new oven. What's wrong with the oven?
So the oven, if you look at the evidence that we actually gave you,
Yep.
looks like they tried to stuff one of the kids inside the oven.
Can that be easily screwed back on?
We tried, but we have to get a brand new oven.
Because of a door?
It's not just the door, but that's just on the outside. But if you look on the inside, which we had a repair
I
person
don't
come
have
out.
inside pictures. Do you have
Right.
evidence of the repair people that came out?
No, he's just making sense again.
We left
Mr.
it out.
Weinberg,
yes, I do.
Mr. Weinberg, let me ask them the question.
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
I do. So if you look at the other evidence, you'll see a receipt of how much it costs to buy a new oven because it's beyond repair.
Line number 12.
repairable.
Well, it doesn't say that to
Right.
me. I need evidence to show it's beyond repair. How do I not know this is not fixable and somebody can just screw it back on?
So as far as pictures, they're sending us that soon. But
You're in court
it's-
today, Mr. Jones.
I understand that, but I tried to talk to the repair company to give them
Okay.
these
So you-
pictures
okay.
of it.
When everyone
I
walks by,
thought
Mr.
those are the pictures
Weinberg,
that I
Mr.
actually
Weinberg,
took.
this is going to be the last time
I'm
I
sorry,
ask
Your Honor.
you.
He just
If
keeps
not,
lying.
Hold him
if
in
not,
contempt.
Cinder will stand
Take him away,
right in
Judge.
between you two baby boys,
He just
and
keeps
she will
lying.
make sure you guys are both quiet so I can get through this case.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
What did I say at the beginning of this case? This is going to be heated. Why? It's always heated with family, especially when you two were best friends.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so there's an oven of $1,200. What else are you suing for? The carpet?
The carpet.
I mean, they've been living there over 8 years.
I mean, it's terrible.
It
Over
is
8
terrible.
years. How old was the
We-
carpet when you came in?
So the carpet was brand new as well. We
Do I
renovated.
have proof that it was brand new?
I do not have that proof today.
Okay.
him tell the whole house was
Normal
brand
wear
new.
and tear. There you go. Carpet cleaning. This is carpet cleaning. Okay, carpet cleaning is going to be a deep clean is $100, 5 hours. I don't know why it's 5 hours. That's something you're responsible for. You have to clean the carpet anyway when a tenant moves out. Maybe you know what? The deep cleaning, I'm going to give that to them. That's $100. Okay. What are the other $3,000 for? I mean, the rest of the $3,000
For rent.
for rent.
The $2,000 for rent, and then there's $1,000 for property damages. So they left without notice.
So
I can understand if
you're
they
suing
communicated
for
that.
$3,000, so $2,000 for rent,
Yes.
and basically you're keeping the security deposit?
So the security deposit we took off, originally it's supposed to be $4,000, but we took off the security deposit, but now they owe us $3,000, $2,000 for the rent and $1,000 for property damages.
Still waiting on that security deposit.
that they left
They
without
just
paying.
left without
They
telling us
left.
they were
We
leaving.
just established the only type of property damage you are going to be awarded is $100 for deep cleaning carpet. Things can happen. But
I'm
I
saying
have
that
no other proof.
There were no actually prior complaints to the AC unit
That's not
breaking, to the oven
not
actually
But
breaking.
Anthony, you never went
so
in to
not
check on the
working.
house.
I
And you
did.
told them,
That's-
you kind of said
Right.
minor or reasonable repair. You repair everything. And it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't want to put words in their mouth or in your mouth, but it seems to be that they would try to ask you to fix, and you're like, it's up to you, you fix it. So I'm left to interpret what minor or reasonable is, because this little contract doesn't say anything to me.
Coming up on Justice for All.
Room service and dessert, $100.
Yeah, what are they doing? Throwing a party for their friends and family?
7-day special, $600. What's wrong with 7 days for $600 for 4 people?
And later,
How long did you take to fix the car?
2 weeks.
After you fixed the tire rotations?
Yes,
So then she was out of the car for almost 3 weeks.
that is correct.
Wow.
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Sheila and Anthony Jones, who are suing Rick and Susan Weinberg for $3,000.
How long were you out of the house because of the air conditioning?
We stayed in the hotel about 7 days.
And
We
then came
waited
back?
for 7
we
days.
waited 7 days
Yes.
before. So,
So
it was
you
about
waited
2
7
weeks.
days. Do you remember telling them to go buy coolers?
Absolutely, I remember
So
that.
you told them to buy coolers, wall units?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
That first week, we just sat through that with his, I got it. We
But
didn't
you
hear
should have
nothing about a
communicated with me
delay in
that you went out and got a hotel.
Brother,
this
we
is the communication.
We communicated when I texted
You
you.
never
Can I
told
see
me
your
that you
text?
left the
Yes, ma'am.
property. Look at the text messages. I guarantee
But
you.
what does it matter if he left the property or not? That's something he could do.
Because I would have told him that it would take a bit amount of time for the
He
AC
waited for you
repair
for
people to
7
get out
days
there.
to fix it.
And it wasn't the first time
But
that
I
I had to
didn't
wait
wait
for
that long.
something.
I called the repair company. It took them about 7 days to get out there.
I fixed the plumbing again, but now the air conditioners are working. This is getting old. That's you,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
You're supposed to fix things. That was the deal.
Exactly.
The deal was $1,200.
Air conditioning is not a minor, reasonable thing. So you're
And
telling
that's
him
why
to
I
fix
sent
it.
somebody out there to
I
fix
fix
it.
everything. I don't know how to fix an AC.
It's fixed
That is
now.
on you. You have a wall unit. Use it. Did you have a wall unit?
Yes.
And did you use it?
Yes, but it wasn't working well.
It's August. My kids can't even sleep in this heat. I'll get to it. And then all of a sudden, you get a message saying, hey man, FYI, rent is $2,000 starting next month. And you're like, what? You just raised it. Inflation. I have to pay bills. Figure it out. I could be getting double that in Chestnut Hills. Usually you're welcome. It sounds like you're trying to push them out.
Your Honor, we,
That's what it
No,
feels
I
like.
was
we
not
didn't
trying to
even
push
know
them
that they
out.
were gone until the AC workers let us know that they weren't home. We sent them there to fix the unit, and they let us know that
Did
there
you
was
guys
no one
come
even
back
opened the
after you
door.
fixed the air conditioning unit?
No,
Why?
he told us midway through, we had already paid rent maybe a week and a half prior before that text message that, hey, next month it's gonna be $2,000.
Did you give them notice that you were not coming back?
No.
No notice.
After that last text message of I'll get to it, that was my last time I spoke to him.
Okay, you didn't say I'm moving out.
No.
$2,000, $2,400 for the movers,
Yes.
$1,000 for the hotel,
Our security deposit.
security deposit, and $700.
Check that receipt.
Room service and dessert, $100.
Yeah, what are they doing? Throwing a party for their friends and family?
7-day special, $600. What's wrong with 7 days for $600 for 4 people?
That's it.
$100 worth of room service for 5 people?
5 people.
But why should we have to pay for that?
Here's what I think is really going down. You guys do much better than they do in life, in the sense monetarily. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Yes.
That is something that you wear proudly.
We're extremely proudly,
To
but we
the
want to help them out.
extent that you like to put it in somebody's face.
No, absolutely
At
not.
times, you cannot deny that tiny little part, because the only thing that sticks in my head is I let them stay at this place for $1,200 because it is such a nice place. They could never, ever, ever afford living there, but we let them live there for $1,200.
The market rate for going
There you
for
go
this
again.
home is
There you
at
go
least
again.
$3,500.
You should have never leased
Literally.
them a place if you were going to put it in their face continuously that you allowed them to live there. For the rent, I'm not going to award you the rent, and this is why. because I asked so many times, is there really a contract? All I have is a tiny little piece of paper that says $1,200. I could say normally you have to give it, if it were an at-will, you have to give at least 30-day notice or at least 15-day notice. But you didn't, but you did give half a month, so that's something. You kept half a month of rent because they weren't there. I think that's fair. The security deposit, listen, even your ex-best friend, Rick, said, I'm okay with him keeping part of my security deposit, right? Okay, you'll keep $500 of it. However, I believe that they really try to tell you guys all the time, this needs to be fixed, this needs to be fixed. It is not fair and or appropriate for a landlord to have a tenant fix everything. So if they're gonna get $500 of their security deposit back, because you're keeping $500, right? So they'll get $500 back. I think it's fair to say, because the home, it was not habitable for a reason, because there was no AC working and the other problems, maybe they should get they should at least get 2 nights, right? 2 nights, we'll give them $200, okay? For 2 nights of staying in the hotel. Now, as into the movers, that's part of your bad communication. You just took off too. So what you're accusing him of doing, you kind of did a little bit too.
Well, we couldn't stay there, Your Honor.
I understand that, but you didn't even tell him you were leaving. So based on the evidence, I will award, out of the $3,000 claim the plaintiff has proposed, I will only award $500, and in the counterclaim, I will grant the counterclaim to the defendants only in the amount of $700, okay? For the half of the security deposit and at least 2 nights stay in the hotel. Okay? I hope you guys can work this out. Good luck.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled. The co-plaintiffs have been awarded $500. The co-defendants have been awarded $700.
I mean, hopefully we can work something out, man. It's just, I mean, I'm not trying to take my own brother-in-law to court.
Well, I feel like you already did that. You know, and this friendship's been pretty rocky this whole time, but as we saw, neither one of us won here.
Coming up on Justice for All.
He told me that the AC was broken. It took him 2 weeks to get it repaired, even though he told me 2 to 3 days.
Wow.
Closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Natalie Mays is suing Victor Cruz in the amount of $1,459.32. Ms. Mays claims she had to rent a car after repairs to her vehicle took longer than expected and says Mr. Cruz should foot the bill.
Okay, Ms. Mays, I understand you took your car to the defendant's mechanic shop, right?
Yes.
You came out with some unexpected expenses, and that's why you're suing the defendant today for what, $1,459.32 to be exact.
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, tell me what happened.
I took my car to get my tires rotated, and he told me that the AC was broken, so it took him 2 weeks to get it repaired, even though he told me 2 to 3 days.
Okay, do you have an old car, a new car?
It's a 2008 Mercedes C300, and I understand it's older, but I mean my radio was working when I dropped it off, and so I don't understand why it came back like broken.
Okay, she needed to rotate her tires?
Yes, that is correct.
That's it? That's all she needed to do, rotate the tires?
When she brought the car, I noticed that the tires were very bald, so then I noticed it needed the alignment.
You changed the tires?
Yes, changed the tires, but then we noticed that the alignment needed to be worked on. Now, my guy noticed that the AC was not working. It was not cold, so it was a suggestion made on his behalf.
All right, so but initially she took the car to fix the wheel, the alignment,
yes.
change the, rotate the tires, maybe obviously change the tires if they were that bad.
Correct,
okay.
yes.
What did you charge her for those services?
$1,222.
Okay, no problem, right? All right, now, you say that while you had the car in your possession, you noticed the air conditioner was not working?
Correct.
What did you tell Miss Mays?
Because of her vehicle, it is a foreign car, so I have a guy that was willing to work on it. He began to work on it, He had a family emergency. He was not at the shop for 2 days.
Okay, so how long did he say the air conditioning was going to take to fix?
So he told me about 2 to 3 days.
So 2 to 3 days additional to what you already had.
Exactly.
So you were going to be out of a car total for less than a week?
Yes.
Less than 5
correct.
days. And you were okay with that?
Yes.
Coming up,
The AC was working, but the radio wasn't. And when I dropped it off, it was working. I was actually listening to Drake. I was, grooving and stuff like that.
Is that true, Mr. Cruz?
closed captioning provided by. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Natalie Mays, who is suing Victor Cruz for $1,459.32.
How long did you take to fix the car? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yes.
After you fixed the tire rotations?
Yes,
So then she was out of the car for almost 3 weeks.
that is correct.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yes.
And so this guy never came in to fix the...
He did come in to fix it. Again, I cannot attest for something that was in
How
the
about
limits
hiring
outside my
another
control.
person, like an independent contractor, to come in just to fix her air conditioner?
I could have done that, but when she came with a rental car and telling me that
But 3
needed
weeks,
to
I
pay
would have
for-
come to visit you too after 3 weeks and say, where's my car? So let's head to the fact when you went to go pick up the car. Was AC working?
Yes, it was.
Fantastic. So then what happened?
Well, the AC was working, but the radio wasn't. And when I dropped it off, it was working. I was actually listening to Drake. I was, grooving and stuff like that.
3 weeks later, the radio didn't work.
Yeah.
Is that true, Mr. Cruz?
Yes, Your Honor. I informed her that she has a 2008 vehicle, and within a
She knows
decade,
she has a
there is a
2008 vehicle.
recall on the radio. So the radio
How
goes
can there be a
out.
recall in a 2008 car?
Yes.
That's way beyond the
Yes,
recall.
but I can't. She would need to take that to the dealer. I can't take care of that issue.
Why are you suing for $1,459.32?
So that is the cost of the rental car that I had to rent for 2 weeks, and in addition, the cost of the radio that I had to fix.
Oh, can I see those statements, please?
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. Promotional consideration provided by.
So it's foreseeable for any reasonable person to assume that any type of damages she's going to incur, such as renting a car or etc., due to your negligence, that you would be responsible for all of those damages. The court will find that Ms. May will be able to recover for the rent-a-car, etc. Now, as to the radio, it's very simple, actually. The radio worked when she dropped off the car. The car was in your possession. The car was returned to her. The radio wasn't working. So based on that, I find that you're also responsible and she can recover for the cost of repairing the radio. So based on all the evidence, I will grant the plaintiff's claim in $1,459.32. Good luck to you both.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,459.32. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.